Hello, welcome back. My name is Ari and today we're going to talk about my TBR for July. So first things first, let's go over June's TBR, which didn't go very well, and I am going to forgive myself for not reading all of the books I needed to read and not take any punishments this month because of two major events. First, I finally got a new job, so I'm working full-time now. I also went back to school. So I went from the past 9 months of doing nothing really but reading and YouTube to full-time job, full-time school, and just didn't have the time to finish the books that I needed to read. So we're gonna start fresh next month. I'm gonna plan the books that I read around the fact that I just have less time for reading in general, and we'll see if I can get them done next month, and if not, then then I'll make a change to the game to just overall give myself less designed books to read. So let's get into last month's and what I did and did not read. First up for the favorite color prompt was Jubilee. I have not read this and I don't think I'm gonna get around to reading this. I don't think I'm gonna have time. Next up for the shelf one prompt was Caraval. I did read this. I didn't like it, but I read it. Next up for thriller, there was a little bit of a change. So I originally put A Flicker in the Dark on this TBR for thriller, but like after I recorded the video or after it went live, I got a library loan that I had been sitting on for months, and that was In My Dreams I Hold a Knife, which I'll put the cover up here. So I switched this to that. This is a library hold that I had for a couple months and I didn't expect it to come in, so I switched the prompt to In My Dream I Hold a Knife, and then I read that. So this is just gonna go back on my shelf. I don't do that very often, but I did it this time. Sue me. Next up was recent purchase. For that, I chose Electra. I haven't gotten to this yet, but I really think I will be able to get to it this month because it is a very short book and I have about a week and a half left in the month. Next for Black and White Spine, I had Holy Sister by Mark Lawrence, which has a black and white spine. I don't think I'm gonna get to this. I don't really want to read it in the first place, so this is the lowest of priorities. Then for series, I had Redemptor. I'm going to read this. So this is, as soon as I finish the book that I'm currently reading, this is the next book that I'm reading. So this one will get done. Audio Don't Let It Get You Down. I am in the middle of it, so it counts as done, but I'll have it done before the end of the month as well. And Jar of Doom is The Perishing. I'm gonna try to get to this, but it's Redemptor, or it's the book that I'm currently reading, Redemptor, Electra, and then this. So if I have enough time, I will get to this. If I don't have enough time, then I'm obviously not going to get to this. All right, and that is all of last month's TBR. So, did I get to a lot of it? No. Am I gonna try to get to more of it? Yes. Am I gonna succeed? Who knows? Let's just hop into roll one. Moving a little bit closer to the camera so I can hold these up and make sure that they're focusing. But let's get into roll number one. Roll number one was flowers or plants on the cover. All right. For this one, I have an arc that fits this perfectly, and so I'm going to put Violets Made of Thorn on here. It's obviously got a ton of flowers on the cover. It also references flowers and thorns and stuff on the cover of the book. Makes a lot of sense to me. Next up, I rolled a 20. Let's go. 20, free choice. That basically means that I could pick any book that I so desire in my heart of hearts. Usually what I do for this is put like a 5-star prediction, and I have a couple of 5-star predictions left, and one of them is very short because it's a graphic novel. So for this one I'm going to read Money Shot. So very, very short graphic novel, 5-star prediction, perfect for that free choice when I don't have a lot of time to read things. Next up, I rolled an 18, which is randomized title length, which is 1 to 5 or more words. So for this, I'm going to use a random number generator. I don't know how well this is showing up, but up here I've got 1 through 5, and I'm just going to, I don't feel like putting the effort to screen record this, so I'm just going to generate that, which is a 3, which I assume you can see on there. Yeah. So generated a 3, so I need to find a book with a 3-word title. For this one, I'm going to continue to be easy on myself and put a book that I already know I have to read in there, which is another arc, and this is Daughter of Red Winter by Ed McDonald. This one is technically a June arc, but today is June 23rd, and I literally got approved for it today. So there's no way I'm getting to it this month, so it's going to go into my July arcs, even though it's technically a end of June arc. And yeah, this is what I'm going to read because it's got 3 words in the title. Easy enough. Next roll was a 2, and that is a small book. It's V small, so a book under 250 pages. For this, I'm going to read a new release that hasn't released yet. It's still scheduled to release in July, but if for some reason it doesn't get released, like the 11th hour, then I'll fill this with something else. But that is A Prayer for the Crown Chai by Becky Chambers. I've got this on pre-order. I love Becky Chambers. Definitely will be reading this when it releases. Next roll is kind of one of those you win some, you lose some rolls, because again, I rolled a 20 and I get free choice. I get to choose whatever I want to read, but it's also a double, which means I have to add another roll. So for this one, since I already picked a 5-star book, I'm going to go ahead and put something that, well, I know I'm going to give it 5 stars, but I need to read it and it's pretty thick. So we're gonna stick this in here just to get it on my actual TBR and not add additional books to the things that I know I need to read. And if you're like, what are you talking about? Mistborn 3, The Hero of Ages by Brandon Sanderson. I got it from my library already. So this is going to be probably the first book I read at the beginning of the month. Just because I'm sure somebody else is going to want to check it out from the library and it's going to need to return pretty quickly. But Hero of Ages. Yay! am cursed. So my 6th roll, my added on roll, and of course we got the Jar of Doom. We rolled a nat 1. Go from 2 nat 20s to a nat 1 Jar of Doom. So I've got my Jar of Doom here. I don't know how updated this is. I think I probably updated it when I pulled it for last month. So hopefully fairly updated, and hopefully she be nice to me. I want this one. We're gonna read this book and see what she gives us. Lies of Descent. I don't know what that is. I'll be back. All right, I found it. It was a bookbox book, which is why I didn't recognize it. But this is Lies of Descent by Troy Carol Butcher. This came in my sci-fi book box. It's like military fantasy, from what I can tell. Don't know much about it, but I'm gonna try to read it next month. From the rolls, let's go to my series jar. I know what I want to read. Am I going to do it? Boy, I don't know. So let's pick out of here. And this is the series that I'm going to continue. Oh, yes. Do you see how blessed I am? Paper Girls. I'll be right back. Blessed by the Jar Gods, we've got Paper Girls Volume 5, which is a graphic novel, if you didn't know. I put that slip back in the jar because I still have 1 volume after this, but this is like ideal pick. There's 1 book that I have from the library that's a continuation of a series that is thick, that I was hoping to read next month, or I'm gonna read it regardless. So I was worried about getting like another really thick book, but the fact that I didn't, perfect. All right, audiobook. This is the overflowing jar. Let's see if I can get something from like way down in the bottom. Got so many. We're gonna read this audiobook, whatever it may be. And it is Notes on a Silencing. I'll put the cover over here. It's a longer book, and I think it's a memoir. I've had it for a long time, but I know it's a longer book, so hopefully I have enough time to get through it on my drive back and forth from work, because that's usually when I'm listening to audiobooks nowadays. So cross your fingers. We'll see. And that's pretty much it. I have no real goals for this month for things that I want to get done outside of my typical TBR books. I have no readathons going on this month. It's just a chill month. So I will see you throughout the month. Let me know down in the comments below any books that are on your TBR or any opinions you have on the books that are on my TBR. If you don't have anything to say, but you want to leave an emoji, leave me your lucky emoji. Like whatever emoji gives you good luck down in the comments below. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.